Imagine waking up every day feeling like the world is stacked against you. You hustle hard, you build, you strategize, you lead. But no matter how much you grind, how much you prove yourself, it feels like something invisible holds you back. Like no matter what you do, the system isn't really set up for you to win. It's a slow, choking trap wrapped in false promises. They tell you to play by the rules, to follow the right steps, but those steps lead nowhere new. You're stuck in a maze built for mediocrity, for the comfortable, the crowd. And that pain, it burns so deep because you know you're not mediocre. You know you have something fierce inside, something rare, but the world around you refuses to recognize it. Instead of celebrating your skills, it prefers its lazy shortcuts, empty titles, and hollow traditions. But picture this. What happens when the system stops bowing to comfort or convenience and finally bows to skill? Not just talent noticed by luck or connection, but skill recognized without question. When merit is the only currency that matters, what changes? Suddenly, the entire game flips. The barriers imposed by outdated hierarchies crumble because they no longer hold weight. The system that once seemed impenetrable starts to bend toward those who prove their worth through action, through relentless refinement, through real impact. This is the moment where frustration turns into power. Because when skill becomes the ultimate authority, the frustrated founder who was once ignored becomes unstoppable. The investor who's tired of empty hype finds clarity to back the game changers. The leader who's fed up with politics and noise finally gets the tribe that fuels real fire. Because skill is a harsh but fair judge, it acknowledges effort, dedication, and results. It doesn't ask who you know or what your background is. It asks one thing: can you deliver? And that truth is a liberator. But survival in that world isn't about luck. It's about how you fight, how you sharpen, how you build yourself and your team. It's about obsessively focusing on growth, but with ruthless selectivity. Not all skill is equal. The skill that transforms must be paired with unbreakable will and clarity of purpose. It means constantly wiping away what you think you know and rebuilding from what works. It means rejecting noise and embracing discipline, relentlessly investing in the edges, where the few relentlessly push beyond the norms. To thrive in a world that bows to skill, start by killing comfort. Kill the lie that you can coast on titles, past experience, or networks alone. Refuse to be satisfied with anything but mastery. Pursue the craft of your work as if it's a battle you were born to win. Demand brutal feedback and soak it in, even when it cuts deep. Because skill refined through pain and persistence is skill that breaks chains. Next, build connections not based on popularity or similarity, but on fierce complementarity. Find the few who ignite your meaning, who challenge you, who burn with the same radical energy for becoming more. The system has no space for lone wolves with raw talent. They need the pack with precise synergy. Align with these rare peers, because in this network, skill multiplies. Alone, limited. Together, exponential. And don't just chase projects or roles, craft your reality. Challenge every assumption about what's possible. Remake the rules instead of playing by them. Use your skill like a hammer smashing through walls of complacency and outdated tradition. When the system finally bows to skill, it's because you refuse to accept anything less than a new reality built on your vision, your values, your relentless power to reinvent. But be patient. This ain't about quick wins and instant glory. It's about the long game, playing a deeper strategy where your skill matures, your alliances solidify, and your influence becomes unshakable. The system might resist at first, but it always bends to what can't be denied. Skill that's real, fierce, and sustained. Now hear this. The world will tell you your fight is lonely. It will scream that you're too radical, too stubborn, that you should settle. Don't listen. Because the future is crafted by those who burn brighter, who break free, who unlearn the comfortable lies. When the system bows to skill, it's a revolution not just of power, but of soul. It's the liberation of the individual, no longer a cog, but a creator. And here's the real game changer. Skill alone won't save you, but skill partnered with sovereignty will. The power to choose your path, to wield your will as a weapon against complacency, mediocrity, and the false freedom offered by comfort. Be sovereign in talent and spirit. Question every rule until you own your reality. Transform the frameworks that hold others hostage. Be selective with your energy and alliances. This precision makes your skill unstoppable. If you feel the fire inside, the unrest that refuses to be silenced, that means you're ready to lead the charge where the system bends and ultimately breaks. You're ready to find those few who see your flame and join forces to build something new. A world where the rare are not hidden but amplified. A network where skill breeds synergy, where misunderstood brilliance becomes aligned power. So here's the truth no one else will say. The system is waiting to bow, but only if you force its hand. Only if you become the skill it can't ignore. This is your moment to stop pleading for permission and start demanding the space you deserve. To stop tolerating illusions and start creating realities. To stop waiting and start becoming. Because when the system finally bows to skill, it's not a gentle nod. It's the shattering of limits, the collapsing of outdated empires, the birth of a future built by those who refuse to settle for less. And that future? It belongs to those bold enough to forge it, to those rare individuals who dare to be more than anyone says they can be. There's no pause button here, no retreat, just the relentless, unbreakable climb toward mastery, sovereignty, and transformation. The pain of being misunderstood, misaligned, isolated becomes fuel, because skill respected is not just power earned, it's freedom reclaimed. This isn't hype, it's the pulse of what's next. The ignition of a movement where the system's illusion of freedom ends and your true freedom as a sovereign skill wielder begins. Your fight is the future. Your skill is the revolution. And when the system bows, the whole world rises with you.